do this. Let's make this real quick. Have you heard of the drug called pink cocaine? Someone was telling me about this recently. I just heard about it recently. I don't watch the news or follow the news religiously or in any kind of way. If I stumble into it, then that's okay. I watch whatever in passing I see or hear. Yesterday was a great one. Al Pacino was talking about how he got the role of the Godfather and how that changed his life. And that was really amazing. I was stunned when I saw him talking about that that role. Anyways, that's not the story I want to tell you. I want to tell you another story, how I got dragged into the story, right? You have coworkers that just come up to you and start telling you what they care about or what story is going on in their world. It tells me about this pink cocaine. It so happened that Liam Payne, one of the singer of One Direction, took his life apparently, and the toxicology report that came after his death in Argentina, Buenos Aires, he jumped out of a balcony of his hotel and killed himself. The toxicology report found a mix of drugs, including what they call pink cocaine, which is a mix of a couple of things, crystal, I guess the Argentinian version of methamphetamine. That was a sad story, and because when you think about it, this is a guy in one of the hottest band in town, one of the hit boy band in the world. You would think all is well. Yes, apparently the issue is not money. He takes his life. He goes into doing things that I guess took control of his emotions and now took control of his actions, and he killed himself. Why he did it, I don't know. I don't know the full story, if he had a note, if he left a note for his family, or I have no idea. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is taking control of our minds, because the mind is the engine that drives the person. Taking control of how you think, because how you think controls how you feel controls your actions. That was a sad situation with someone in one of the hit bands in the world. That story kind of brought another story about, you remember Stephen Boss, Twitch, the DJ and executive producer for Ellen DeGeneres, for the Ellen show. But his case was different. He shot himself. He took his own life with a gunshot in Encino. This happened in 2022, if you remember that story. And interestingly enough, I worked with this man on the set of Safety in Numbers. That's the Kiefer Sutherland TV show back in the days. I was on set in that episode, Safety in Numbers, where we did a South African scene. I play a South African father. I was speaking Swahili in that TV show. And Twitch was a DJ and a dance choreographer for a scene that was happening in the story, in the show. I was a guest star on a TV show, and Twitch was on that set. That was the first time I met this person. I was fortunate to meet him in person and work with him on a TV show. When he took his life in 2022, that was surprising, because the thing is, you will think, look, this guy is on one of the best daytime TV show. He's got his family, all is well. Things are going well for him. You never know what people are going through, one, until they tell you, or two, until you see the aftermath of what they do. The thing about life is, one, to appreciate where you are, what you're doing, what you have, where you are, basically, which is what we call gratitude. Gratitude is not about anything on the outside. It's about your present condition, your state. You are alive. That's a good reason to be grateful, because nothing else matters if you're not alive. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters if you're not alive. So the fact that we are alive is the greatest thing to be grateful for. Another story was when I'm talking about things happen and people do things and you wonder, what on earth is going on? Why would somebody do this? There was a doctor right here in Glendale. He's a radiologist. He can read and interpret radiology reports, PET scans, MRI, CAT scan, X-rays, ultrasound, mammo. This man did his own MRI The same night he did his MRI, he locked himself up, wrote a note, took his own life. The note they found after this man died was that he said he found a tumor, a mass, something in his brain, and he just can't take it anymore. He can't continue living like this because he found some tumor in his brain. It happened that other doctors, a second reader interpreted that scan, and this man did not have any cancerous tumor or anything that should warrant him to take his life. I was asking the question, could it be that that was a strategy to have an alibi to do what he did because of some other circumstances going on in his life? Because they now found out that he was going through a bitter divorce. Everything was not okay at home. After I heard this story, one thing I said to myself is, for sure, nothing would make me take my life because, one, I am very grateful for the fact that I'm alive, regardless of all the challenges that I've been through, the ups and downs. Life comes at you in waves. It's ups and downs. When you're a surfer, the beauty of the surf is the ups and downs, the highs and the lows. That's what makes the surf beautiful. And when you begin to understand that life, nothing works perfectly. You don't get to control the external circumstances of your life. You can only control how you respond to what life throws at you. We don't get to choose how people will present themselves to you on a daily basis. All that you can, which is 100% within your control, is how you respond, what you do about what people give to you. Things don't happen to you. Things happen through you. Things happen because of you. Control your thoughts, control your feelings, control your actions. It's called attitude. Attitude is a composite of your thoughts, feeling, and action. You've met some people that you hear that they say he has a bad attitude or she has a bad attitude. That just means their thoughts, feelings, and actions are negative, are bad, producing a result that is not healthy or conducive to be around. And when you say someone has a good attitude, that means their thoughts, feelings, and action is positive, is healthy, is welcoming, pleasing. That's my story for the day. No matter what the situation you're going through, the problems don't define you. They only make you better. Challenges come so that you can elevate. Without metal going through the furnace, going through fire, it doesn't get purified. If you don't go through the challenges, the obstacles, you wouldn't know victory. Victory only comes from overcoming setbacks and challenges. You cannot be successful without knowing failure. Life does not happen the way that you only get easy, non-challenging, no failures, no defeat. It does not happen. It's not reality. But one thing I want you to know is that as much as you don't control what is thrown at you, you do control how you respond to what is thrown at you. And that's where the calmness, the serenity, the peace, the joy of living comes from. The calmness and the serenity and the understanding that life is not happening to you. Life is happening through you. The way you think controls the way you feel, controls the way you act, controls your result. Touchdown. Enjoy your day. This is Ike Onuoha signing out.